Beautiful music. Where will you take me? Will you take me from the double XY chromosome built within the morning sinking of the sun harpooned my forever in a requiem of stolen life? Shallow in the morning tide, not morning. After twilight, with that of death, revealing the emptiness of dreams. Exalted by the moon, beckoning that lonely grave of a white cross that will never be surmounted, because you are sunken off into the sea. Harpoon my forever, heart in a requiem. Shallow morning tide reveals a daydream long past, as HMS sinks to exalt an extolled existence that beckons forth the tide of endless graves of those who died without white crosses. At sea, yes, the soliloquy of the metaphor of the literal death. Doubt is a cloud of worry woven into a web. Praying divide, mouth of the sword, forever you were stolen by a sea, not the sword. And I altered the flame of everything that covered up the requiem of our heartache toward the lonely lioness who stands beside the fallen corpse, seaside of her once brave, United Hairline champion. Survived the violence, torture of the abuse at home, requiem of a fearful state, a fare from the nightmares, no option. Subtract contract, take the paper stained with blue ink, as she signed her life away with his blood. Moisture in the toxin of her bruises, she is a mandatory lioness, whose birth will be beauty on display. Makeup is a failure, no cover-up for the crime of anger she will exhibit upon the future of her prey. Like the sea stole her lover, so too will her prey divided not by sea but by her sword, her carving teeth, her simple toes, in a soliloquy web of those who speak alone of the little metaphor of death, trapped in a cloud of worry, in a woven spider web, in the mind's eye of the prey, stolen not by the sea but the sword, claws like talons, eagles, dragons, the fate spearless well of swords, over the mix of those who now die in frozen wastelands the world over. And this is war, the synonym for progress. Torchlight in the dark, bombs leave villages gray and dry. Napalm scorches skin like landmines steal limbs. Green fields now look like hell, endorsed by Stalin. No scorched earth policy of a blitzkrieg. Parachuted in the war crimes of a policy of hatred, pent on prejudice and greed. Watch the world return to dust as I wonder her beauty, a memory. Silence. Synonym for progress. Desensitize all emotion. Channel, change your hearts. Turn the news pages, search for comfort as the world dies. Skeletal wealth, wraith of the silent dark, screams a pig's anger into your ears. A wasteland now frozen. Watch the world crumble. And this is a return to dust as I wonder upon the memory of a lioness standing upon the beach, wherein no white cross now stands, no gravestone, no epitaph, no eulogy was spoken, but a mane and a roar at the silent corpse of a bearded clown who died at war. Raised the talons of a dragon, stole the empire as he crumbled, a marionette contribution to the earth, and a nuclear holocaust, wasteland harbor of death. At the napalm victims, Margaret Field's children's prance upon their best friends' corpses, stopping only to tremble as the ships of war pass overhead, telling the truth of the countless graves to come. And and upon that beach wherein lies the silence of the synonym for progress, which is war, desensitize all emotion, change the channel of your hearts, turn the news pages of any paper that screams black, white, and red. As the world dies, the skeletal wrath of winter will breathe the world over, a wasteland now frozen. As the ships of war, yes, they pass over the seas, going gray, and rust takes them into the depths with all the corpses of those that now lay without crosses. I now spend 1,000 hours to purchase the dust that wherein, whatever the music takes us, is impossible to relate the cruelty that humanity exists upon one another. And I hope to God this piano melody never ends, because the beautiful prelude to the requiem of the million lips that now stain my doctor's pale little motives. As the knife leans in to save me, he says, but really, it's just for profit. And this is my decompression chamber, wherein I stand a lonely man in an alley, speaking into nothingness. And I'm sorry for the weight I bear upon the broken hearts of those who lie in mourning and despair, bruised upon the beaches wherein they bleed, malignant and dying of tumors they cannot see. Save the scars for those their husband of the lioness now stands in cobwebs, a soliloquium web woven of a projectile screen of the manipulated images of her dying, valiant lion husband, who was and is to come, forever on the beaches, woven by war, the synonym for progress.